We saw Marianne Williamson memes all over the place. Now it seems like the people poking fun at her are starting to take her seriously. What's going on here?
You want to be human? Embrace your humanity. Please welcome Marianne Williamson.
I didn't really think much about Marianne Williamson until I watched her full interview on Dave Rubin's show. She went into deep details on various issues: reparations, corporate control, corporate greed. I mean, it was impressive. I really enjoyed listening to her speak about these important issues and do so as candidly as she did.
In all of these areas that I'm talking to you about, other politicians, they're telling the truth. We have to go deeper. We have to talk root cause. We need to change the bottom line in this country from an economic bottom line to a humanitarian bottom line. We have the best practices, but we fund the actual forces that cause the problem. This is not dangerous to discuss. People are saying I'm crazy and dangerous. I think what's dangerous and a little bit crazy is that we're not discussing it. We don't have a health agenda because there's more money to be made for health insurance companies and big pharmaceutical companies in our being sick than in our being well. And we don't have an agenda for peace because to commit to peace rather than war all the time does not make as much profit for defense contractors. If this doesn't tell you, what does? It is so time for the people to step in now. The president's problem is not that he lacked political experience. The problem is that he lacks ethics, and he seems to lack a visceral taste for democracy. Donald Trump has had a psychological effect on people. He has had an effect on the human psyche within people that is very dark, and it is not amenable to change by strictly rational argument. You know, the part of the brain that rationally analyzes an issue is not the same part of the brain that decides who to vote for.
There are millions of people in this country that she has empowered and love her, and she built that out of nowhere.
So I'm someone who's had a career moving crowds and moving movements. I have a sense of what he has done, and the only way to defeat big lies is with some big truth. And so the skill that he has, the light side of that, is what I can do. It's time for us to awaken from our magical thinking. The survival of our democracy is not guaranteed, and the survival of the human race is not guaranteed either.
I'll tell you this. You sound a lot more sane when you have more than a minute to speak. Marianne Williamson, everybody.
A political qualification today should include political vision. It should include moral certitude. It should include the capacity to move groups of people, large groups of people, towards a common goal, a common vision, a love for democracy and a love for our world and a love for our planet.
Talks about the things that no one else is talking about and really getting to the root cause of the problem.
I once read, it's not up to you what you learn, it's only up to you whether you learn through joy or through pain. This country's going to learn a few things, and I suggest we learn them through wisdom. We learn them through nobility. We learn them through intelligence. We learn them because we woke up in time.
Even when I came here, I felt a lot of doubt because not that I don't believe in what she stands for, but just the climate just can't accept it. And I'm leaving here feeling I believe in her.
I love that she has a positive vision, not just of all the things that we dislike that are going on right now, but really has a vision of where we can take this country.
I want to thank you so much for having the strength, courage, and empathy to tell the uncensored truth. I appreciate it. My family appreciates it. The whole community would appreciate it more if they were paying better attention.
Love of people and love of humankind is what really drives her inspiration and her inner motivation to inspire society to see a better vision of itself and to have the compassion necessary to essentially create a new style of leadership.
Nelson Mandela wasn't a politician, Gandhi wasn't a politician, they all were spiritual. Martin Luther King was an evangelistic person that stood for something. All these people throughout revolutions have stood for something spiritual, politicized love.
Welcome to the stage, Marianne Williamson.
We must now harness love. Nothing less than that will turn this ship around. Because I believe we must rise up now. This is bigger than, well, I'm going to vote for that person. No, this is so much bigger than that. It's that I am an American. That place has to come up in each and every one of us. We need to be brave. We need to be courageous. We need to be loving. We need to be reverential. We have to love the earth. We have to atone for what we've done to this earth. We have to love each other. We have to atone for what we've done to each other. We have to love our great-great-grandchildren. We have to atone for how irresponsible we have been about them. And as we do that, it's amazing what will happen inside each and every one of us. And where we have been weak, we will find our strength. And where we have been cowardly, we will find our courage. And where we have been constricted in fear, we will be expanded in love. And we will go forth, and we will end this chapter in American history, and we will usher in something exciting, something new, something amazing. And future generations will look back at us and say, it's a mystery in history. Who would have thought it? This generation that seemed to not care about anyone but themselves, all of a sudden at the last minute woke up and remembered, I am not here alone. I am here